Imagine meeting someone from Facebook Marketplace. You're trying to sell some Pokemon cards, and instead of getting paid, they steal them. That's exactly what happened to one Pokemon collector from Vancouver. But this story gets crazy thanks to one comically dumb mistake the thieves made. Welcome back. This is another episode of Poké Newz. Today we're going to look into a story that happened in Burnaby, BC, Canada. This is Emilio K. He is the Pokemon collector who listed 3 rare, highly value graded Pokemon cards on Facebook Marketplace. Now, he listed the Kanto Trio, Blastoise EX, Charizard EX, and Venusaur EX SIRs from Scarlet and Violet 151. And now they were PSA graded 10 gem mint. So that's a nice trio to have. How did the robbery even happen? Someone contacted Emilio on Facebook Marketplace about buying his 3 graded cards. They negotiated a price of $4,000 for all 3 cards. According to Emilio, the buyer came to his house to do the transaction. The buyer handed Emilio $4,000 in counterfeit cash. And Emilio claims, "I put the cards in his hands, and as soon as they were in his hands, he just starts running." You hand over $4,000 worth of graded cards and the buyer just books it. Clearly in your head, okay, something's up. Clearly I just got scammed. Emilio immediately chased the thief outside to the getaway car. Yes, they had a getaway car waiting. In a desperate attempt to stop them, Emilio actually clung to the moving getaway car. Emilio sustained some injuries, unfortunately, while clinging to the car. When he lost his grip and fell hard onto the asphalt, he actually suffered some road rash and some physical scrapes. While nursing his injuries while clinging to the car, Emilio immediately called the local Coquitlam police. He reported the theft, gave him a description, and explained what happened and that he was robbed using counterfeit cash. Upon hearing this, you'd expect the police to immediately head over and investigate this robbery themselves. But according to Emilio, that's not exactly what happened. The police told him that there wasn't really much they could do to immediately help him track down the thieves and get back his graded cards. However, one officer did suggest, if it was me, I would probably try and set them up myself. Remember that quote for later because it's going to be very important. Now, this is where the real IQ of the thieves shine through. Just days after the robbery, Emilio's friends were browsing Facebook Marketplace when they noticed a brand new listing, and I kid you not, of the exact same PSA 10 Scarlet and Violet 151 starter trio. Now, you can be the judge whether this is pure laziness, stupidity, or both actually. The thieves didn't even bother taking new photos of the stolen slabs. They actually re-uploaded Emilio's exact photos that he used for his original listing. Emilio immediately noticed his unique pictures that he posted on his account, and he couldn't believe his luck, telling reporters, "I'm just thinking, you know what, these guys can't be the most intelligent people." So Emilio and his friends took that one officer's advice to heart. They created a separate Facebook account and posed as interested buyers in the 3 slabs. They set up a meeting on August 13, 2026 at a massive, heavily crowded shopping mall, the Metropolis at Metrotown in Burnaby, BC to be exact. When the sellers showed up, Emilio instantly confirmed, yes, these are the same people that robbed him just a few days later and left him with road rash. Emilio's plan was to hold these guys down until the cops showed up so he could get his cards back. Since this happened in a crowded and high traffic mall, you can imagine the chaos and the confusion this probably caused. Bystanders didn't even know what was happening. All they saw, there was like probably what looked like a brawl to them, and they started filming with their own phones. The mall security rushed into the scene to break everything up. The Burnaby RCMP swarmed the mall. Corporal Mike Kalan later admitted to reporters that it was a bit of mayhem going in for our officers to figure out what was happening when they first arrived on scene. Police officially arrested 2 people right on the spot, 1 adult and 1 youth. Names have not been released by the police because the investigation is still ongoing, but the internet is already roasting these people to be the most easily caught thieves of the year. And I agree. Emilio successfully recovered his $4,000 collection. However, the thieves had damaged the protective PSA grading case, which means Emilio is going to have to deal with that. He's probably going to have to figure out a way to repair it or replace the damaged casing by probably getting it regraded. Even though Emilio got his cards back, the Burnaby RCMP publicly scolded the move. They warned the public that doing this is highly dangerous because you never know if the thieves are carrying weapons. They noted if the victim hurts a suspect during a self-made sting, the victim can end up facing serious criminal assault charges. But Emilio stood by his choice, telling CTV News, "They really didn't seem like they were going to help me that much. I mean, one of the officers literally said, if it was me, I would probably try and set them up myself." It's rich that Emilio and his friends took the advice of that one officer and got scolded for it. Yes, I understand they were taking a risk by doing their own sting operation, but at the same time, the police didn't really give him the confidence that they were going to be there for him, right? So, of course, he felt that he had to take matters into his own hands. I think if police in the beginning said they were going to investigate, and instead of saying there isn't much that they can do, when Emilio's friends found the Facebook listing of the stolen product, they probably would have taken that information to the police, and then the police could have taken over and probably set up the sting themselves. But since the police gave the impression there wasn't really much they could do, yeah, there's no wonder Emilio and his friends took matters into his own hands. What would you have done in Emilio's shoes? Would you have done nothing and kissed that $4,000 worth of graded cards goodbye? Or would you have taken matters into your own hands? Comment below and make sure to like and subscribe for more Poké News. Peace.